Look, Washingtonians are going to be facing an important choice in November regarding the future of the millionaire's tax.
Governor Bob Ferguson, along with small business, educational advocates, and other community leaders, assembled in South Seattle early this week to urge that our state's voters vote against passing I-645 that will be on the November ballot. This initiative, if passed, would put a stop to the so-called Millionaire Income Tax that was passed by the state legislature and signed by the governor earlier this year. Governor Ferguson says that if I-645 passes, it would be a big step backward for our state's overall recent progress.
It's essentially a choice between moving our state forward by making life more affordable for Washingtonians and giving 138,000 business owners a tax break, or going backwards, rolling back tax breaks for small businesses and seeing costs go up for Washingtonians. It's a choice between investing in our kids' education, and it's great to see some kids here today, by the way. It's a choice between investing in our kids' education and child care access and affordability, or going backwards with cuts to education and limiting access to child care.
Also speaking was Stephen Davis, CEO of Food Lifeline in Seattle. He says passage of I-65 would make our state's food insecurity problem even worse than it currently is when it comes to feeding the hungry.
The stakes of this initiative could not be any higher. Today, one in eight individuals that live in Washington is food insecure, and 1 in 6 children. We believe Initiative 645 would jeopardize the critical investments that help address these challenges and would make it harder for too many of our neighbors to put food on the table.
Educators are saying that this initiative could damage the quality and access to education services for all students in our states, especially those who are in underserved communities.
If Initiative 645 passes and the millionaire's tax is repealed, it would blow a $13 billion hole in our state's budget. It would eliminate funding for early learning programs that have been put on hold already or faced funding cuts for the last several years.
Some small business owners are concerned that if the millionaire tax is stopped, it could cause more taxes for them, making a recent small business tax break passed by the legislature obsolete.
The struggles we face are real, and if Initiative 645 passes, it's only going to make them worse. Because it's almost certain it's going to be taking money out of our pockets, out of our employees' pockets, out of our customers' pockets, and adding undue stress, putting money back into the hands of the wealthiest 0.5% of Washingtonians.
But not everyone thinks that this millionaire income tax is a great idea, and that's not just those who are wealthy. Organizations like the Washington Policy Center and the Citizens Action Defense Fund, who filed a lawsuit against the legislation last spring, say this is nothing more than an unconstitutional state income tax that will open the door to eventually everyone having to pay, as Jackson Maynard told Northwest Now host Tom Layson.
The legislature has mislabeled this tax as a millionaire's tax. This is an income tax with $1 million deductible, and you need look no further than the plaintiffs that are in our lawsuit challenging this tax to know who this affects. We have a farmer, we have a trucker, and we have a builder and their wives, and they work their fingers to the bone to provide for their families, to make sure that their employees are provided for. They work extremely hard. They are not fat cats on their yachts. They're doing the work every day. We also have several individual groups that are represented as well. We've got the Ethnic Chamber of Commerce in Seattle that represents thousands of businesses. These are folks that came to this country to work hard and live the American dream, and they're now seeing this lifetime of work potentially threatened, where they wanted to pass that on to their families.